Hello everyone, this is Jess from J Rose Alchemic Art and welcome back to another video. In this one I'm actually going to be doing a lot of sculpting in preparation of my next event at Nightmare Weekend. Yeah, I feel like I was slightly underprepared for my last event, so I'm really trying to make sure that I have enough handmade polymer clay sculptures and friends and keychains and even earrings. So we're going to be doing a lot this video, I suppose, but hopefully you're interested in that. If you would like, feel free to grab a drink and we will go ahead and get started. Hello friends, I thought I would come back on here. I know it has technically been a hot minute since I've actually tried to vlog anything. But I've just been really busy with work and school, and I've been trying to sculpt, and lately it's been harder to actually try and draw or sculpt or do anything with the camera watching. And I don't know why that is. I'm a little bit like nervous, it feels like, especially because I'm trying out a lot of new techniques, and I just don't really want to have you guys watching, especially if I mess up. So I just have found it easier to try and just do it on my own, and then obviously I'll show you like this. But I did want to show off some new things that we got right before Nightmare Weekend is less than 2 weeks away officially now. So that's both terrifying and exciting. I'm so excited for this show, and I really hope that it goes well, but I'm also like, what did I get myself into? How am I gonna make all this stuff in time? But it's fine, it's fine. So two new things that I did end up getting from Vistaprint really quick. I got these cute little post-it notes. If you've been watching my shorts, then you probably have seen these already, and they're just little taboo lists, which I think is very fun. I believe there's 50 sheets on here, so obviously if you're like me and you're always writing stuff down on your post-it notes to like keep track of things to do, then hopefully this is helpful for you. I might eventually do like more of a blank one, but still have a design on it, and maybe depending on how this goes. We'll see how this goes first. I am going to just bring these to Nightmare Weekend for now, and then if there's any left over, obviously I'll add them to the shop. And then I also, this is super exciting. So unfortunately the only option they had was to get like a white background with your design, but I got a new table runner. Well, actually I've never had a table runner. This is my first table runner. I do have a separate like display sign, and normally I put it on the table with everything, but now I actually got this little guy to go on the table, and then that one will probably move up above and be on the actual grid wall itself. So super exciting. But here it is. I don't know how well you guys can see it, I apologize, but it does say J Rose Alchemic Art up at the top, and then it's actually one of my scenes that I drew last year, if you've been watching for a while. I ended up doing like an artist Q&A session and then drawing this at the same time. So I really love this design actually. It's probably one of my favorites. It's also a print, but I thought that it would be fun to include that in the table runner. So yes, I'm super excited for that. And then obviously in the meantime, since you guys have last seen me, I've been doing a lot of sculpting. I haven't really drawn anything else, but I do have some new stickers that I want to try and print out and be ready for Nightmare Weekend. I still have no idea what to expect as far as how many attendees are going to be there. So I'm still probably going to make like 50, some amount of stickers just to make sure, sorry, Princess over here. Just to make sure that if there are a bunch of people, then hopefully I'm prepared. And if not, then this is obviously going to be prep for a bunch of other shows, and that's great. Otherwise, yeah, I've also been sculpting a lot, like a lot. Anytime that I basically have some free time, I've been trying to sculpt here and there, so I will show off. I have made some new clay earrings, lots of new little desk friends and little figures, so that's cute. And then I actually baked half of them. They still need to be glazed and like add details. And then I obviously have sculpted the earrings so far. I've not baked them yet, so we're gonna do all of that today. So we'll get right to it. So as far as the stuff that has been baked already, we do have our little skull flower friend here, our donut ghost, some cupcake earrings that are really great at rolling off evidently. I do have some new friends here, so these are little like sculpture friends. They're more like stone giants, I suppose, but they're ghosts obviously, and obviously they're not giant, they're very small. But yeah, I decided to make a couple of these because I think that they're really fun. I don't know if I'll make any more just because I don't know how well they will sell, but we'll see. So we have a couple of them. We have a very interested Princey, of course. I do have some more mini clay friends. I need to make more of them for the clay mystery bags. We do have our focus. There we go. We have our flower wreath ghost. So I think that this one is also looking very cute. And then we do have a pastel grave ghost. So yeah, overall I think that it's gone really well as far as the sculpture half. I'm obviously hoping to get a lot more sculptures done. And then let me pull out the earrings real quick. As far as the earrings go, we have these guys. I'm actually gonna make these three obviously into earrings, and this will maybe be a necklace. I also wanted to try that just to see how it would go. Some more designs up here and here. I did make these little pancakes, and I wasn't sure if they would be good enough for earrings or if they should be more like a decoration piece that goes along with kind of like my little cat here. Maybe make like the ghost holding the pancakes. So, and then obviously we have the big guy here as well. I haven't sculpted anything else really big. I feel like I should, but I'm not quite sure what else to do. Just because I feel like I have so much to do already with like little stuff. So we'll see what happens. Today is all about sculpting pretty much. So we're gonna get started. Okay, so in one 45-minute session, I did manage to get this guy all sculpted. It's another little flower pot ghost, but I actually used a different technique and used one of my, I still don't know what to call this thing. It kind of reminds me of like something you'd use for gardening. I don't know how well you guys can see that, sorry. But I used that with the soil, so it kind of looks a little bit more lifelike, and added like small pieces to the end here. I don't know how well that will stick on there when it's finished baking and everything, but I do think it looks really cool now. So yeah, I really like this one in particular. But yeah, obviously it did take a while, so we're gonna move on to the next thing though. Hello again. So I thought I would briefly come on because I really didn't have a chance to update and show off some of the new things that I finished technically last night. But yeah, there were a couple new things that I did. I did end up making, I don't know how I feel about this, but I wanted to do like some of these zombie heads. And I used one of the molds that I have that was like a skeleton anyway, but used obviously the green polymer clay. And I think it looks fine. I kind of added some indents so it looks more like, you know, the skin is falling off or things like that. But I thought that would be kind of a fun one. I also ended up making these two little ice cream ghosts, and I think that they're super fun. I really like the actual waffle cone itself looks a little off, but I think it's kind of funny. And then obviously there's the ice cream itself. Both of them are a strawberry flavor, just because I thought that would be fun. I also finished my next little flower pot ghost, and there's two of them. So he was just so big that I figured that it would make more sense to have more than one ghost in there. So yeah, there's obviously the one on top and then the one on the side. I did add detail work to this guy. So we have our little black cat that's hanging out with our pumpkin. And again, I still need to add in, once this is baked, I'll add in like details to the face, so that way I kind of wanted to add like a sleepy cat look, so I think that'll be good. I did end up making these two little pancake ghosts. So one of them is just going to be like a regular little sculpture friend, whereas this one is actually going to be a keychain, which I think is really cute. And then these two I actually worked on. I hung out with my mom for a little bit and we were watching TV, so I was like, I might as well just go ahead and sculpt something. So I ended up making this guy. Eventually it's going to be like a little fountain, like a school fountain. But I thought that would be kind of interesting and different. And then I also have this guy, which I am also still working on currently. But this guy is going to be a little mushroom ghost. And again, I think I'm going to add in like some flowers onto the sides here, maybe add some crystals, but just something fun to kind of make it unique. But yeah, I think that it's looking really good so far. The ultimate goal, which I'm definitely not there yet, I think the ultimate goal is that I would like to have at least 50 of the little sculptures. We'll see if I actually make it to that. I might. Yeah, but at least 50 of like the little guys here. Probably at least 10 of, no, I don't know, about 10, maybe like 7. I don't know. I feel like I'm being very ambitious, but again, you never know what will happen. But 7 of like kind of the bigger clay scenes and what have you. So clearly I have not, this is the only one that I have done. I have none left. So I would need to do a lot of work with that. And there's literally less than 2 weeks away now from Nightmare Weekend. So, and really it's like, I'm definitely not gonna sculpt on Friday because obviously we'll be driving up and Friday is the first day. I may do some work on Thursday and Wednesday night, but I also need to be able to switch over to day shift again because obviously you have to be up during day shift hours for this show. So, and I think currently I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have about 7 pairs. 1 finished pair of earrings and then the other 6 that I sculpted just recently. I have 7 pairs of those. I feel like I'll make maybe just a few more, like maybe round it up to like 10 because I don't know how these designs are gonna do. So I think it's just good to be prepared with a bunch of different ones. And then I think as far as keychains, I have 4 currently that are done, but they're more Christmas themed. I have another one here, obviously, that was the pancake ghost. And then I think I'd like to do at least another 6 to 10. I don't know, I feel like I'm being very ambitious here. But you know, I want to make sure, because I have no idea what to expect on numbers for this event, and I'd rather be over prepared than under prepared. I feel like that's kind of, I was not expecting the amount of numbers at QuadCon in February. And while I did have, I feel like I had quite a bit of stock that normally would have been fine for a whole event. And pretty much got cleared out within the first day. So that's why I feel like I need to over prepare now. Who knows if that'll shoot me in the foot, but that's fine. Regardless though, obviously there's still a lot of work to do. I am very excited for this event, but I will obviously keep you guys updated as things continue. But thank you so much for following along. I'm sorry that there probably wasn't as much sculpting as there normally is. But hopefully I'll definitely be continuing on, and I'll obviously be filming. And I'm definitely going to be filming like some of the, I'm definitely going to be needing to print out more stickers, and I might actually make some home prints because I'm cutting too close on time to actually like get them printed out and made by a company, so, which is fine. So yeah, I hope that you guys enjoyed this one. If you are interested in following along, feel free to like and subscribe, maybe leave a comment if there's anything that you were interested in. But otherwise, I hope that you guys all have a wonderful day.